All right, ladies. Derek's on a scooter in the background, so if you hear a bunch of banging, that's it. Okay, so first of all, obviously you guys saw me in the chat this morning. I was just trying to send as many celebrations and positivity and just shout outs as I could think of that I saw in the last week or so. And I was just really trying to, I know sometimes when I get caught up in like my thoughts and I'm like, you know what? I'm just like, how can I get out of this? And the first thing I go to, you guys, is I just send love. That's literally my first reaction every time when I'm like, man, like I'm feeling frustrated, I'm feeling down, I'm feeling like negative. Like, what's the one thing I always think I can do that would turn me around is send love. So I just instantly start to like message people, comment, like, love, whatever I can freaking find on social media to just love on. Because here's the thing about love, you guys, is if you send love, you will receive love, right? What's the first thing someone does when you say, oh my gosh, congratulations, you look so amazing, da, da, da. They go, oh my gosh, thank you so much. They love back, right? Like that's exactly what happens. So my first go-to, if I'm ever down or out or just like not feeling it, send love. Okay. Find a way to send love. Because the first thing that's going to come back is love right back to you. Okay. I promise. That's just the way the world works. Like that is the karma, the whatever you want to call it, it works in the world. So whatever you're searching for, or maybe if you are the opposite, just really try to pump out that positivity because sometimes it really does help. Okay. That's why sometimes, like, even if like I'm having a bad day, my social media will be pumped with positivity because I'm like, you know what? If I'm having a bad day, I'm just going to start pumping positivity out because it eventually will start to leak over into me or into other people around me, which is eventually going to make me feel a little bit better in the long run anyway. Okay. So that's always my first go-to. If you're ever like kind of struggling or having that hard time, just really try to say like, okay, how can I get out of my own head? And how can I help somebody else? How can I help somebody else? Because the moment you help somebody else or you give somebody else compliments or love, I just like to say love in general, you're going to get that right back. Or you're going to be like, man, I really made their day. And that's going to make me feel a little bit better too. Okay. So sometimes we got to get out of our own heads and just start to project what we want to receive. Right. So if I'm having a bad day and I'm like, man, I just really want somebody to like love on me, I'm having a bad day, So I'm like, all right, well, I'm just gonna start sending out a crap ton of love because I send what I want to receive. Okay. And in return, I do. I receive love from all of you guys. I've had plenty of messages from you guys or comments or whatever, and I appreciate it. So just really try to wrap that or tuck that in your back pocket for those days that you're struggling, and you're gonna remember. Okay, I remember Jenny saying, if I'm struggling or if I'm mentally frustrated, man, I just gotta lean into somebody else. I gotta lean into somebody else and try and help them and get them back on track. Okay, because sometimes that helps. Okay.
I always think of it.
Mike's standing over here, by the way.
Sorry, I didn't want to get involved, but
you're just creeping on the side of my computer.
I always think it as like I told her I post a lot of other people's stuff. I share it. I show constant love. But then at any wake park that I go to, people know who I am. They show me the exact same love. And it's literally like one of the neatest things to actually see because I actually have kids message me, hey, can you share this? It'd be really neat. And it's just because if I see it, then my boys are going to see it and it trickles downhill. So like it's almost like that saying, you never know what someone's going through. So just be nice.
Yeah.
Because you could change someone's day, even though you could have made that decision to not do, but now they're going to go change someone else's day. It's a guarantee. It's like the ripple. My hormones really different.
Ew. Are you checking yourself again?
Sorry. But
I do that too sometimes when I'm talking, and I'll see my arms. I do that too sometimes.
Virtue over here. No, but another thing about like putting out the love is like it's very easy to know, and you girls are gonna be the only ones to really know this. I don't tell my guys this, I don't tell anyone. My worst times, you'd never know it. Now I'll tell you how to know it. Watch my Instagram or my social media. I explode with extreme positivity, and it's almost like I'm trying to trick myself, but it's not. I'm putting out there what I need back, but it's like a business. You have to spend money to make money. You have to spend energy and love, even though sometimes you may not even want to say, "Hey, I love you." You're gonna get it back, even if it's not from that person. So,
Yeah.
definitely give more than you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, always give.
I like that.
Always give.
Thanks for the
Always.
wisdom.
Yeah, man.
I knew he was gonna say something because he was standing over here. I'm like, when's he gonna jump in?
At first, actually, so at first I was gonna be like,
Stop walking.
I was gonna be like, well, I loved my femur, but for some reason my femur just didn't like me. So I don't know what she's talking about. And I thought about it, I was like, I've got something a little more positive.
Y'all froze.
That'll keep you.
Oh,
There she is. Yeah.
was that me? That's so weird. My internet
Yes, you froze.
never ever filters. That's so weird. Are we good now? You guys are like you guys are like catching up. There it is. That was weird. I haven't had any trouble with my internet in like months, so that was kind of weird. But yeah, so I just wanted to start off with that, you guys, because I know a lot of us are going through some shit, right? You guys, I mean, I can probably talk to each and every one of us are going through something that is just, we got Kristen here in a hospital. I know Brooke was at the hospital earlier, with her husband, and I'm trying to get Mike to a hospital. That'd be great. I don't know how you guys get them there, but but yeah, just I know there's a lot going on, right? And like we gotta stick together for one, stick and support each other when and if we can, okay? And also know that we need to come here when we need to, or I like to use my social media as a place to like open up sometimes too. It lets people know that I'm a real person and I'm not all just like pretty pictures and workouts and stretch selfies. It's like, hey, yo, I got life too. Don't worry. Like, and if you've been here for a while or for a few years, you know that I probably will always have something going on. Like, I mean, my life is just like a constant little like roller coaster, but I just write it out. And that's what actually people always tend to message me and say, thanks for your authenticity. Thanks for your rawness. Thanks for your realness. Thanks for not hiding that, when I could easily, I don't know if I could easily hide that Mike got hurt because that would be kind of hard, but like, I don't like to hide things really. I just prefer to just be an open book. And if you like me, then you like me. And if you don't, that's okay too. And so I talk about it. You don't have to. I'm not saying you have to, but I just do because that helps me. And sometimes I'm better at writing or typing and expressing myself on kind of like my journaling almost than I am just like talking about it. So sometimes when I can't talk to Mike about some things because maybe he's dealing with his own stuff, then I can write about it on my social media or on my posts or talk about it or something like that. And it gives me an outlet spot. So that's how I tend to use my social media. Like you guys may not, but I just want you to know that that should be your safe place also. And if you're afraid of what other people are going to say or think, you know where you can send them. And also, you know what? Yeah. Thank you, Kristen. Hope you guys saw that. But for real, you guys, don't worry about what other people are going to say or think. That's their problem because, right? Like we're reading the 4 agreements and we know that like anything that they're going to think that would be negative has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with who they are and where they are at, So even if you talk about something and someone doesn't like it, okay. That's not your business. That's none of your business. Move on. Okay. So don't be afraid to use your social media to get vulnerable. Okay. Don't use it to vent or rant, right? There's a difference. There's a difference in showing struggle and being vulnerable, and I'm just going to rant and trash talk, right? Like, you guys know the difference when you see people, wow, they're really struggling through something and really kind of pouring their heart out here, or wow, they're just like ranting about BS. So find your spin it to win it is what I always kind of like to remind you guys too, is like, how can we find, the silver lining in this situation? How can I bring it back around to teach a lesson, or bring it back around to like healthy mindset? I always try to find a way to put my spin on it as well. Okay. So, with that, I'm going to actually move into, I just wanted to talk about that real quick. I didn't want to forget about it. So we should talk about it first. But next I want to do celebrations, because we have some amazing celebrations. Oh, that's kind of where it started, is that like, I just wanted to show you guys that like this morning in the group chat, like I want to do that every Thursday morning. Like every Thursday morning, like, yo, we're getting paid, we're getting rank advancements, we're getting Success Club shout outs. Like I want that to be something you guys look forward to every Thursday morning. Like, oh, what is Jenny gonna shout out? Or like, what is she gonna say? Or, what was my Success Club points? Or, oh, I can't wait till she sees that I hit Success Club. Even though I messaged some of you guys like privately, I still think it's fun for the whole group to know that Ellen hit Emerald, or that Becky hit Success Club. Like, these are things we need to celebrate together. Okay. It is, yes, it's an individual goal, but it wouldn't be possible without adding more coaches and your support from all the girls. Like, we are in this together, you guys, and it is so much fun to celebrate each other. It really is. And it's not like, you guys, if I didn't happen to celebrate you this week, that's okay. It's going to happen. Okay. Especially as we get more coaches. And I'm just trying to like, just pick out little things here and there. But I promise you guys, I could easily shout out each and every single one of you every single week because I see everything. Like, I'm constantly looking for you guys, at you guys, everything I can possibly find. So with that, I do want to shout out some Success Club. So Ellen at Success Club 8 right now. I'm still at Success Club 12. Becky is at Success Club 6. She was very excited about locking in that camo hat. I don't see her tonight, but that's okay. And Ellen, you would have earned that camo hat as well. So look out for your email when you get that. You can pick either the green and pink one, or you can pick the black and like gray one. And then Shelby and Carly are both at Success Club 4. Sarah, Stephanie, Tennille, Carrie, and Brooke are all at Success Club 2, you guys. What a great month. Dude, I'm so proud. Like, seriously. Carrie, I know you're like, boo, I'm at 2, but girl, you haven't had points on the board, and I am excited for you to have points on the board, because that reminds you you're capable, okay? And the month isn't over. Keep pushing, keep going, and you know what? We start all over on the 1st anyway. Everybody right back at square one. Everybody's back at 0, and we all have a chance to do it right again, okay? So keep grinding, keep messaging, keep that list. You guys, I can't express how important it is to have a list of people that you are having conversations with, because there's going to be a moment where you're 5 years in the business. I have endless lists to work off of. I have hundreds of names that I can work off of, because I have been making lists since day one. I have lists that I can go back to 5 years old. It may be some of the people that I have on the list in year 3 and in year 5 now again, but I can at least check in with them and say, okay, we've been talking for several years. What's going on? So keep track of who you're talking to, because a year from now, you'll thank yourself, because you can go back and you have these lists of these people that you can just check in with. You're not going, I don't know who to talk to. You go, oh, I have this list to work off of. Okay, I haven't talked to these people in 3-6 months. I need to check in with them, see where they're at. Let's get them committing, because the follow-up is when you're going to get those people to sign up. Okay, I think I said this last week, like, you're not going to invite somebody, hey girl, I want to be in my challenge group. We're doing a 9-week control freak. You're not gonna be like, yes, sign me up. What is it? $200? Sure. Like, I doubt that's gonna happen. It'd be great. It happens every once in a while. It's awesome. But ideally, it's probably someone that's gonna follow you for some time. It's probably somebody that you followed up with several times. You've had conversations with. They've been liking your posts. You've been commenting on theirs. It is going to take some time for that relationship to build, for them to trust you, that you're going to be there long enough for them to want to join you. Okay. I already kind of said it, but Ellen, I'm shouting you out again, girl, because you had such an amazing month. Like, seriously, yes. So exciting. Success Club, Emerald, locking in that, getting the extra $100 bonus with Beachbody. Like, girl, you gotta feel like on top of the world. You better be sleeping good. It's very exciting. And you know what the best thing is that she had messaged me and she was like, so about Success Club 10. I'm like, yeah. Like, she's like not even stopping, you know? She's like, well, what's that next goal I could get? And I'm like, yup. I was like, get it. So pretty exciting to just see you guys grinding out there and just really getting into it. I love Beachbody coaching. And so I'm just really excited to like have some girls that are enjoying it just as much as I do. And then I can count on showing up every single day. It's just really cool to finally see it happening. Because it's been a while. So you're killing it. This is awesome. I'm reading comments. Sorry. Ooh, girl, you go, Ellen. And then I didn't see Becky. I was excited to kind of shout her out too. She had earned her emerald back, which you guys sometimes is hard, okay? And because when you get that and then you drop it, it can sometimes be like a little like bummer, you know? So it was really exciting to see her just continuing to do the work, continuing to show up, continuing to inspire. And here she is back in action, locking in that emerald for her. So pretty big month for her as well. So if you see Becky out and about or on your social media, give her a little shout out as well, because she's been killing it. So I'm pretty exciting. And then obviously you guys saw all the other shout outs I put into the chat. And then I've also been working on tons of stuff. So I'm going to talk quickly here because I want to do just a quick schedule, show you guys just what's coming up and what I plan on having in the future. And then I want to watch a little video, and actually Alicia is going to break down the video for us after that. Okay, so bear with me. I'm going to start talking kind of fast. Scoop. Nope. Scoop. You're not turning off lights. I'm in the middle of a meeting. Okay. Oh my gosh, my desk is a mess. Hold on. Not my desk, my desktop. This needs to go down. Okay, here we are. Okay, so we are right here, you guys, end of February. Again, short month, you guys. So if you're pushing for those goals, you have until Sunday to lock that in. On Saturday, we do have a full moon gathering. We'll be doing that on Saturday starting at 7:30. So I wanted to remind you guys of that. And then moving into March, we are going to be wrapping up 9-week Control Freak. Within that first week or about that second week, some people probably will be finishing up some workouts here and there. I have, you guys, so if you were in the 9-week Control Freak VIP group, I have these earrings. Hopefully you guys can see me. I have lightning bolt earrings for everybody that completes 9-week Control Freak. You just got to let me know. Maybe give me like a little, I loved it, or maybe show me some results or something like that. I'm going to need to earn them a little bit more. But you got to at least let me know that you finished 9-week Control Freak and tell me what you thought about it, okay? And then I will send you a pair of your very own custom lightning bolt earrings, okay? Even if you finish it, like if you're in the middle of it and you got like 4 weeks left, just let me know when you're done. Or if you haven't started it yet, just let me know. I'll just keep ordering some earrings as I need them from Brittany, okay? So even if you're not going to finish right now or in the next couple weeks, let me know. When you do finish, I will get you the earrings, okay? From there, you guys, I am going to be running, oh, I forgot to put it in here, shoot. I wrote it down here. I'm going to be running a 10-day free booty challenge from the 8th to the 18th. I'm going to do a free 10-day group basically just a segue in between 9-week control freak while people are kind of finishing that up. And then before I move into 30-day breakaway. So there's just about 2 weeks in between there. So I'm going to do from the 8th to the 18th, I'm going to do just a 10-day free booty group. So I'll open up the group for that. It's just kind of like my fitness challenge. I'm going to run it a little bit differently, but it'll be free. You can plug people in every day. They'll have little workouts they can comment below and do. Okay. And if you guys are interested, if anybody's interested in maybe like posting and doing that with me, Alicia and I have talked about kind of pairing up and doing it a little bit together, or just let me know if you guys are interested in being part of it. Scoot. You look dark. There, go watch your movie. Thank you. Let me know if you're interested in being part of that, or if you want to plug people in, or you just want to be part of it, or you want to plug your challengers in. It's open. It's just for fun, and it's really just to kind of have something in between that transition. Okay, so I don't have it in here. I'm sorry, I wrote it on this calendar. I didn't put it in this calendar yet, but that will be from the 8th to the 18th. Then Tennille is running her Believers Retreat up in Ohio from like the 19th to the 21st. Pretty excited to see her run that and see all of you girls and take pictures and get all together and all that fun stuff. I'm very excited to see all of that. Then 30-day breakaway will be launching March 22nd. Yes, March 22nd. I will be doing a 5K group, basically starting right that day. Okay. On the 22nd, we'll start. About 30 days later, I think the 30 days actually takes us to like the 21st or something like that. But I thought maybe if you guys were interested in doing a race day, we could all not get together, maybe we could do a virtual day, or if you can get together with somebody, that would line up about Saturday the 24th, just to let you guys know. So we still have time to kind of plan that and get all the details of it, but you guys know I like to give you guys that heads up of like what's coming up. So you can start planning or talking to your people or working on your schedule. Or if you're doing a completely different program, that's totally fine too. I know we have girls that are going to be doing 80-day obsession, MVF, 9-week control freak. So people will be kind of all over the place. This is just what I'm doing. You can join or do whatever you wish. Okay. Then following that, you guys, I'm going to go into the ultimate reset. So basically race day would be about 24. So that would give me about a week in between. And so I thought I would start the ultimate reset about May 1st for myself. Okay. I know some people also talked about doing the ultimate reset in March or April. So if you're interested in doing that, I highly suggest you at least have a partner or a small group to do that with. I don't suggest doing that alone. If you want to join me, I'm going to be doing it in May. If not, I know some girls were talking about doing it in March and April. So go to that post that I put in the challenge group that says, what will you be doing in 30 days? If you don't know what you're doing, go into that post and look what everybody else is doing and either pair up with somebody. There's like an 80-day obsession group that Tessa had posted about. Like, I want you guys in something. You need to have a plan for your own health. How can you help other people create a plan if you have no plan yourself? Okay. How can you tell somebody else to finish a program if you aren't finishing programs? Okay. It's very important that you hold yourself accountable to creating a schedule, creating a routine, creating these habits, so then you can help other people do this. Okay. Because if not, then you're inauthentic. If you're not completing programs and you're not doing the work, then how can you preach other people to do it? Okay. You have to walk the walk if you want to talk the talk. All right. Okay. So that's about as far out as I have is May. And I just put that like TBA kind of thing, right, like literally right before the meeting. I was like, I think that lines up about right. So as you guys know, things can always change. This does not have Sean P's new program launching in here. So maybe we'll kind of dabble in that a little bit as well. When that comes out, we'll just kind of have to wait and see on that. Okay. So I talked about 9-week control freak. Make sure if you have challengers that are completing 9-week control freak, please tell me so I can make sure I'm getting them earrings, or at least you need to be rewarding your people that joined a VIP group. I always want to reward my people that actually joined a VIP group. Okay. Not just like, hey, we're doing 30-day breakaway when it releases on BOD. I'm talking about these people separately invested in 9-week Control Freak. Please reward them. Okay. In some way, however you feel fit. Okay. So then I talked about the full moon on Saturday. We are finishing up Team Cup as well, which I'm pretty excited. I think we had an amazing month, you guys. Seriously, so good. And then the only thing I didn't talk about was this Sunday is our last sit and sip as well. We're going to be finishing up the book, The 4 Agreements. I think that we can all agree that we have loved the sit and sip, and we do plan to do another one as well. So if you have book suggestions, or you have friends that want to join, or you want to join this time, just make sure that you keep an eye out for the challenge group. Or if you have like a book suggestion, message me or message the group, something like that. But I would love for us to do another one. I think we were going to take a little bit of a break just so we could pick a new book, everybody could actually order it, and then we would start again. I believe Tennille had said something like April. Is that right? I think is what she said, but we'll kind of keep an eye out on that. We'll talk about that more as it goes. Thanks, Tennille. I see a thumbs up. Okay, ladies, so that's all I have for like that kind of stuff. Next, what I want to do is get into a video. I know I've been showing you guys a lot of videos, but hopefully they are helping. Hopefully you guys are getting good information from these, because I have been getting amazing information from all these videos, and they keep posting more. Like this girl was amazing the other day, and I'm just like, I haven't even had a chance to show you guys all the beginning videos. So I'm really excited to just be able to learn from this group.
I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about, what it is exactly.
Whoa, slow your roll. But I loved this video during leadership. It was actually probably my favorite video we watched during leadership. So I've been kind of saving it. I wanted you guys to see the other ones first, before we saw this one. But when I was listening to her, like during the conference, I was just like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So I just really appreciate her. So get out your pens and papers, get comfortable a little bit. I'm going to play about it's a 15-minute video. And then from here, Alicia's going to talk about her takeaways from the video. And then we can also all discuss it kind of at the same time as well. If we have specific things that we were like, oh, I loved that. Okay. All right, let's rock and roll.
I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about, what it is exactly that changed my business with NLC and how I've really used it to move my business forward. I remember showing up there and my expectation was absolutely nothing. I know absolutely no one. And I'm like, this is a joke. I can't even believe I'm here right now. And this can't even be real. And I remember listening to the girls speak on stage, and I'm a girl and I'm a woman, whatever, and I'm sitting in the crowd and I'm like, oh my goodness, like that could never be me. They're perfect, they're beautiful, their hair is great, their makeup's amazing, they have it all together, and here's me, like I'm literally barely getting through the day. I'm walking around with child throw up on me, like that could never be me. And then I really started to look around, and I was hearing the things they were saying. And really, the only things they were doing differently than I was is that they were perfecting their trade. They were perfecting the skills that we were already taught, using that business activity tracker, using the tools that are available and the resources that are available to us at Beachbody. And I remember thinking, oh my goodness, like we're all doing the same stuff. They're just getting better at it. Like we are all doing the same things. And that really freaking clicked for me. And I thought, if they could do it, why couldn't I do it? Why couldn't I do it? So further on down NLC, and I'm going to encourage you guys today to just be a sponge, be a freaking sponge in your business, in your life, every single day. Aim to learn something. I remember having out my notepad and I was, scribbling down as many notes as I could get out. I probably still have the notebook. And I was just, every single thing they were saying, I was just soaking it in and my wheels were turning. I was going back to my room and I was doing trainings on my laptop, and it was just, my wheels were just going, and I just felt so filled up and so grateful that I had the opportunity to be there and learn from these people who were doing the same things I was doing, just at a larger scale and much more perfected. Now, I will tell you that after a few trainings, there was a guy on stage, and this really clicked with me and it resonated with me and really changed my business. He said, First of all, he had us pull out our whys on our cell phone. And I get goosebumps every time I talk about it, because he said, pull your why out and show me what it is. And I remember that day because our why is so powerful. And truth be told, this business is very, very simple and very easy tasks that are fun and fulfilling. But it is the person with the strongest why and that vision and that clarity that is really going to move you forward. And so he did that. And then he said, your only job as a coach is to get results and give results. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is the most simple thing, but it's so real and it's so raw and it's so true. And it really struck a chord with me in a way that I was like, oh my gosh, I could totally freaking do this. I can really get people results because that's what I love to do. We are real people getting people real results using a platform that is just out of this freaking world. So I dove into all of the training while I was there and I just soaked it all in. And then I decided that I was going to be super results driven. So from that point, what I did is I really went out of my own comfort zone. I committed to a program. I committed to drinking Shakeology every single day. I was naturally pulled out of my comfort zone because I was going there physically. Okay. And the mind and the body, they will go hand in hand. Your business is going to flourish whenever your fitness journey and you're taking things to that next level and you're being a product of the product and you are showing up as the challenger that you want to attract. So I started doing that and I started getting my own results. Now, with that said, the next thing I did is really buckle down on recruiting into my challenge groups. One thing that you're going to notice if you study any successful coach, which I encourage you to do, dive into YouTube, get into these trainings, listen to what these women are saying, because one really common factor you're going to hear is consistency. And a lot of us are like, well, I'm consistent. Okay, well, how consistent are you? Now, you must be somewhat consistent because you're at NLC, right? That's great. But ask yourself, are you showing up as your highest self consistently? If you're not, why? Figure that out. Figure that out today and how you can really move that needle to do that. Will you show up as your highest self every day? No, nobody does. We are not all 100% on 100% of the time, but whenever you are faced with adversity and whether you are faced with struggles and things that are going on in your day, showing up as your highest self in that way is absolutely crucial. The way that you talk about your challenge groups, you should be talking about them like they are a party that nobody wants to miss. It's like the sleepover in 3rd grade that everybody wanted an invitation to, and that's exactly how you have to talk about it. You should be sharing clips of the meal plans you're sharing in your groups. You should be sharing clips of the accountability that's going on in there. You should be sharing clips of what the people are saying about the group, because, if you're focusing on getting people results and you're providing value to them and you're supporting them and you're holding them accountable and you're allowing them to move forward in their journey, they are naturally going to share those things, I promise you, especially whenever you remove that, I hope she's a coach. Just focus on those results. Focus on those results, because when people get results, I'm going to tell you, it is a natural state to want to share, whether they want to share as a coach or whether they just want to share as a friend, and then you'll get a referral and then it all just comes together. Getting those results is absolutely crucial for this business, and then also too the longevity of yours, because it really is the foundation that we are in the opportunity that is placed in front of us to really help people using fitness and nutrition, which people really lack. So focus on that. Recruit, get on your stories, get on your posts every single day, show up authentically, talk about these groups like they are a freaking party that you do not want to miss. And then ask yourself, would I join my group? Does it look fun or does it look intimidating? Does it look like there's something for everybody, or is it just for one person? How are your groups looking? Now, once I get people into my groups, I really help them. So what I do is I tell them, hey, you know what? Let's talk about where you're at in your current fitness journey. Are they running 5Ks already? Are they working out 5 days a week already? Are they just looking, what are they looking for? And really dive into knowing that so that you can recommend something for them. Most of the time, I start my people out on Clean Week because I think it's a great program before they get their kit and they're able to start something. People love that instant gratification. Hey, you can start working out freaking tonight. Like, you're gonna be feeling amazing tomorrow with all of this exercise you're getting in. You're just gonna freaking love it. And you talk to them about that and let them know that. From that point, you support them. You check in on them. And the more that you check in on them and the more that you talk with them, you develop a relationship, you develop a trust, and it will lead into a coach, or it's gonna lead into a very long-time challenger. Really building that trust is absolutely huge. I go live in my groups once a week. I talk about nutrition, how I'm moving my own fitness journey forward, how I meal prep as a busy mom, how I meal prep as a wife, how I meal prep no matter what. I talk about that. I talk about simplifying it, getting groceries in the house that aren't costing me $1,000 a week, like making sure they know how simple eating can be when they use those containers and they're using some, and I tie in a little bit of 2B too from what I've learned from there, but you pull together your knowledge and you share it. And it is going to help them because we're regular people, right? We're regular people doing regular old stuff. And so they can relate to us. And it is going to help them move their journey forward. I go live, I talk about motivation, I talk about my morning routine, I talk about, like just for example, not chasing the big goal and just chasing that little goal in front of you, because eventually that's going to add up to that big goal, right? Just like in business. And I talk to them about that and I really lean into them and give them love. I give them that one-to-one attention if they need it. And I just show up for them. I show up as the challenger that I want to bring on. And then on top of that, I also go live about a product. So a product I'm loving, like lately I've been loving Recharge. It's my favorite. So I'll go in, I'll talk about the benefits of it, what it's doing for me. And here's the thing, right? So like whenever you're focusing on the results of them, you're providing the value, you're checking in on them, you have the relationship, and then you're sharing the products from a genuine perspective, it's a no-brainer. People trust you, they will rebuy the products, and they're going to be longtime challengers. And that to me is so freaking worth it and rewarding to just change so many lives using such a genuine system. I freaking love it. As far as the next thing that I think is so big and question I get all the time. So first of all, I'm just gonna tell you guys, what got you to NLC is not gonna get you to top 10. And that's just my brutal raw truth for you. In order to get to top 10, in order to get to 15-star diamond, to whatever diamond rank you wanna be, or to whatever income you wanna be, whatever it may be, you're gonna have to level up. And that is gonna start with number one, your mindset. Your mindset is absolutely huge. So I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit about how I manage my time, how I took what I learned from NLC and implemented it. The first thing I want you guys to understand that this business is a mindset. And if your mind is not on, your business will not be either. Focus on your fitness journey, focus on getting people results, and focus on moving yourself forward. The next thing that you really wanna do is understand that numbers matter. All of the time. I don't care what business you're in, whether you own a McDonald's franchise, whether you own a, whatever you own, it is all numbers. Business is all numbers. So you must control what you're putting out to control what you are getting back in. So I'm going to talk to you guys about something I call the list. And if you're my coach and you're an NLC, you know how crazy I am about my list. And it's because it's built my business. So all it is a version of the business activity tracker built on a series of checkboxes. I'm doing all of the activities on the business activity tracker, but I use these little square checkboxes to symbolize what numbers or how much time I am putting into that activity. Some people get stressed out if I say follow 50 people a day. They're like, 50 people, oh my gosh. But then if you focus on, okay, go and add to your network for 5 minutes. That's a little less intimidating, but there is still a numerical value behind that is really going to enforce what kind of numbers you're putting out so you can control what you're getting back in. The person who is putting more into the top is going to get more out of the bottom, and that is just a natural rule of life. So understand that this business, anyone can have it. You just have to work to get it, number one. And number two, you have to be willing to control what you can control, which is your numbers. What I do every morning, I wake up at 5 and I don't hit snooze. So if you're a snooze hitter, I have to tell you, stop hitting snooze. Oh my gosh, no, I'm just kidding, because I know how hard it is. I know how hard it is to hit that snooze button and want to just roll over and go back to sleep. But what I want you to do is whenever you think about going back to sleep, I want you to train your brain to tell yourself why you want your business. And remember when I talked in the beginning about that why and that vision? When I started my business, I remember telling myself, get up, get up, get up, get up. And if I didn't want to get up, I made my feet hit the floor. And when my feet hit that floor, I thought about my kids. And then I got up because I knew that they deserved it. And so your why in this business, you have to be willing to sacrifice. And in order to be willing to sacrifice, you must be willing to really put your best foot forward all of the time, no matter how tired you are, no matter what you have going on. If you treat your business like a business, it's going to pay you like a business. Get out of bed. You're due to be at work. Whenever your feet hit that floor, don't touch your phone. Don't look through your inbox. Don't get caught in your scroll. Ever. A matter of fact, if you learn anything from this, from now on, when you pick up your cell phone, ask yourself why you're picking up your phone. And if you do not have a reason, you should be on your phone. So you do that, you get up in the morning, you don't hit snooze, you get your workout in, you do your personal development. Now you're feeling good, right? You're feeling good, those vibes are up. And then I write my list. When I write my list, I write the day of the week. I write my affirmations down as if they already happened, and then write your goal of the day. My goal is to hit Success Club every single day. Not only does that set my income standard, but it also sets a standard for my coaches, because they're like, whoa, if she's hitting Success Club every day, I definitely can hit it this month. Do that. Okay, set your goals, write it down, work from that series of check boxes. And I'm going to tell you how good it feels when you check that box off for SC2 for the day, not for the month. I write my adding, my following, my inviting, my following up, my connecting. I connect using an AAAB method. So I will go to my Facebook profile, I'll go to my friends list, I will like 3 pictures and comment on 1. And I will do that in an alphabetical order. So I'll type in like AA, go down, like, and comment. Did you ever notice you have the same people liking your posts and following your stories? That AAAB method is going to naturally bring people to that in a very natural way, creating that relationship with them. Okay, so implement that. I write my connecting down. I write checking into my boot camps, checking in with my challengers, getting up on stories, posting, whatever I have to do for the day goes on that list. If I have to shower, it goes on that list, because it makes me feel dang good to be like, oh, I showered, check, like, you know. And whenever I do that and I use those check boxes, it allows me to control what I'm putting out. I'll put like 3 check boxes for invites, each box symbolizing 10. So 10, 20, 30, follows 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1. So I do 20 at a time. Make use of the time you have, work in those pockets and control it using those check boxes. That is going to allow you to see what you're putting out. And then it's going to allow you to really reap those benefits of what's coming in. And the last tip I have for you is that I'm not a unicorn. I promise you, I do not have it all together at all. Sometimes whenever I think about my life over the last 2 years, I'm like, how did this happen? I'm the most plain Jane ever. Like, I genuinely live in a Walmart meme. If you've ever seen those Walmart memes of those moms that are like a mess and their kids are going crazy, that's me. Like, there's nothing special about me, I promise you. The only thing is that I am willing to outwork anyone. I'm willing to do whatever it freaking takes. And in order to have a life that you have dreamed of having, you're going to have to be willing to do things that other people are not willing to do. That includes sacrifice, that includes time away from your family, that includes organization, discipline from a physical standpoint, emotional standpoint, financial standpoint, all of those things. And I think that is the best thing about this company in general, is that it allows us to show up as our best selves and pushes us to be our best self. So I know that it might seem impossible, but if I did it, you can do it. The tools are right in front of you, and I'm so excited to hear with what you guys do with your year after NLC. Talk to you soon.
You talk like 500 miles an hour or what? Did you get all that, Alicia? Oh, I know.
Damn, though, for real. Damn. Okay. Like, yes, 500 miles a minute, but like, so good. Like, I literally was like, ooh. Okay. My 7 pages later. Like, I write fast, but like, for real, like.
Oh, that's awesome.
A lot. Yeah. Okay. So the first thing that she said, all to begin with, was like, be a freaking sponge in your life, in your business, whatever it is. Be a sponge. You literally don't want to think that you are better than anyone else, because someone can always teach you something. They may be able to teach you something you shouldn't be doing, and they may be able to teach you something you are doing or you could be doing, but they can teach you anything. That was my number one, like, I'm going to X mark that like a bajillion times, because I thought that was really good. Because I feel like that's already changed my life, but I think that's one of those things where you have to like make sure you retell your brain so that you keep, thinking about it. So I loved how she said that during trainings, she like was listening to a couple people, but then like that one guy had like, boom, like, this is what resonates with me. And he said, pull out your why on your cell phone. Like, like it's there, you know what I mean? And I just thought about this, but I'm like, I don't think I have my why really written down except for like in a notebook. You know what I mean? Um, I I need to get back to journaling my why every day. Every day. And I need to get back to that place where I am, and this was like toward the end, but like you need to tell yourself your why every morning. Like boom, every day. Like I literally have not been hitting the 6:30 workouts because I have been snoozing every single time. I'm like, I don't have to get up. Like I don't have a job, you know what I mean? Like this like real thing that I have to go to. Like why do I have to get up? And I need to not do that. And so yes, I do. I feel like I work hard, but I don't work hard when I could be working hard. Like I work hard at night when I'm taking time away from my husband, which you should not do because it causes problems. um so um the other thing that she said, like she walked right into, was your only job as a coach is to get results and give results. Boom. Like mic drop, walk away, that's it, this is what I'm giving you. Like it is that freaking simple. And if you tell your coaches that that's how simple it is, I mean, don't overcomplicate it. They are not going, okay, they're not going to sign up as a coach in day one, right? And then get like 10 people. Like that, it's not going to happen like that. You know what I mean? They may get their mom or their sister or their, you know what I mean, their cousin or whatever. They may get the close people, right? But within 30 days, they may not get any more than just those close people. They have to do something for 4 weeks and give themselves some kind of result, whether it's going to be they're eating healthier, whether they're feeling better, sleeping better, whatever. They need to talk about those things. After 4 weeks, then they're going to be able to, since they've gotten results of some kind. And even if they get results of, I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I did Transform 20, and after 2 weeks, I could see it because Transform 20 kicked my ass. And if somebody does something like that, I mean, I think 9-week Control Freak, even after the first phase, I was like, damn, where did those come from? So I really truly believe that if they stick to something, you know, they can totally do it. And they get themselves results, then they can focus on other people. I really liked this too when she said, you really have to believe that you can do this. Like you have to believe that you can really do this in order to do this. If you want to reach it to the leadership conference, then put that on your thing, make the goals, do the stuff, get there, right? But then she was like, you know, I'm 100% results driven and I get my own results. And I really like that too. That she said, like, study successful coaches, show up as your highest self daily, like all of these things. You know, Jenny is like, we talk about this all the time, but the way that she said it, it just resonated different. Like, um, you know, your challenge group should be like parties. People should not want to miss them. Like, that is really true. If you're having a boring challenge group, then nobody's going to come. They're not going to tell their friends. They may get some results, but then they're like, oh, okay, thanks. See you later. I appreciate you. um, I loved how she said, make sure you're showing everything. Show clips of your the people showing accountability. Show clips of, you know, of the challenge group and what inspiration is being shown that day, and show clips of things that will get people to want to come to them. But getting results is the most crucial thing. You have to get results for people. You have to get results for yourself, but you have to get results for other people as well. That is the most critical. And then you have to ask yourself if you would join your own group. Like, I just asked myself that, and I was like, I wouldn't join my own group. I mean, my team make shit happen group is like hardly anything. But that's because I feel like I focus more on maybe my weaving through life page. So I've got to like figure some other shit out, maybe a little bit better. So when I run my free group on March 8th, I am going to really, 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 really figure that out. So I love how she said that if somebody needs one-on-one coaching, give it to them. If they need one-on-one and they need you to contact them every day, do it for a week. Doing that for a week is something that they'll forever be appreciative of. Doing that for 2 weeks straight will be something that they'll forever be appreciative of. You get them on the right start and you will not have to be like, I don't know, they're not going to fall off. If you contact them for 2 weeks straight, they're going to do it because they're going to be like, oh my gosh, she hasn't messaged me today. I need to get my workout in so I can tell her that I got my workout in. Oh my gosh, I wonder how I shouldn't eat that. I have to tell her that I'm going to eat that today. Like they're going to be worried about it. And that's good. That's the point of this. Like I said in my post, when I said the reason that I'm a Beachbody coach is because I don't have to be a nutritionist. I don't. It gives it to me for me. I don't have to go get a college degree or have to go pay somebody to be a nutritionist. They've figured it out all by themselves, and there's tons of videos to train you. Nobody ever said you had to go to college, and nobody ever said that you couldn't learn shit on your own in order to be able to do it. So do it. Go watch the videos. If you want to learn something new, it's out there. And I literally watched, I don't know, I would say probably 3/4 of the videos to be a master coach and then didn't finish the rest of them. Stupid, right? But I plan on going back and redoing every single one of those because every single time I watched them, I got something different out of it. So like when I watched them the first time, I was working a full-time job, being a mom and trying to do all the things. Now I have a little bit of a different schedule. Can I literally put it up on my TV while I'm at home and I just got done with my workout and I just got done with personal development and I can have a set schedule? Yes. Yes, I can. When I'm on that parts run, because I somehow became the parts runner of the shop, I guess. When I'm on that parts run, turn on my bod. Watch that or listen to the damn video. You don't have to watch it, just listen to it. Like literally Autumn, how she talks in some of those things, you don't have to watch her. I mean, literally some of the things that she talks about, most of the things that she talks about, you don't even have to see it. I mean, so good. I love how she said that she starts with clean week. Such a good idea. I always say I'm going to do that and I never do. Because I always get more people when I'm doing a VIP. But what we really should do is we should start our VIPs 1 week sooner so that we can have them do clean week and then do the VIP. So they're clean week first, right? So they're focusing on their nutrition. So when they get into the VIP, they're getting results faster. And this is why in my post, I said, like, seriously, it is proven that if you follow, wait a minute, that might've been in my head. I don't know that I posted that. I don't think I posted that one yet. I have that one written down for maybe tomorrow. But it's proven that if you follow a program, right, that you will get results faster. When I went to the gym and worked out for an hour and didn't do anything or was all over the board and then didn't go the next day because I was so sore that my whole fucking body felt like I got hit by a Mack truck. Yeah, didn't do any good for me. Like, you got to make sure that you're following something. Do not be afraid. I literally just did this today to 5 people that I saw were going to the gym, but they weren't doing anything. They were literally going to the gym and they were walking into the gym and they were doing whatever, right? And I literally was like, follow a program. I don't care if they want to follow a program or they want to try a program at their gym. By all means, go ahead. If you don't like it, I'm here. Don't be afraid to tell them that. Don't tell them that they're not going to get results if they don't come to you. Tell them if they want to try something else, by all means. You know what I mean? But offer your services and let them know that you're here. If you never let them know that you're here, or if you're too strong about it, they're going to walk the other way. Let them know you're here. Let them make the decision. You do not want to force somebody or talk somebody into doing this because then they're going to fall off. You're literally going to put 2 weeks of literally critical time into somebody and then they're never going to do anything. They're going to be gone because you literally just spent 2 or 3 days talking them into doing this. Contact them once, maybe a few days later, contact them again and let them know or ask them an update on how everything's going. But do not spend tons of time on somebody that you have to talk it into. Like, it's going to be one of those things. It's like Jenny has said, it's time driven. It's something that you have to like, okay, you're going to message this person now. And then 2 weeks later, you're going to message this person and ask them how they're doing. And then 2 weeks later, you're going to message this person and ask them how they're doing. That's good. That's good that you're doing that. It eventually, if somebody says yes, it's because they knew that you were there that whole time. Right? But you didn't have to talk them into it. They made a decision to change their own life because they got tired of their own shit. Again, that's how you're building their trust. All of that stuff is how you're building their trust. I like how she said she goes live once a week for nutrition. She goes live once a week for a good product that she loves. Love it. That's perfect. Perfect. Chase the small goal and remind people to chase the small goal. Okay. I loved how she said that your mindset is very important, because if you don't, yes, I know we all have hard times. I am in the process of trying to move by myself with my kids, and my husband is running a dealership and he's trying to work on tractors to get into the field for spring. And then he's also trying to work on our farmhouse and make sure that he gets all of that shit done. So I'm literally going to pack up this whole house and I'm going to move it all by my lonesome with my kids, all 3 of them in the back of the truck. Okay. It's difficult. It's so difficult. And I don't have this 9-to-5 job where I'm getting steady income. So this is it. I'm working on this. I'm working on launching a business in March and going to start coaching in April, life coaching in April. I literally understand busy, but you have to have a good mindset. I know sometimes I get pretty deep, okay? But that, I think what I've been running into is that because I get so deep, people that want to join me think that they have to get that deep as well, okay? I have had to tell several people in the last 2 weeks that if they want to coach, they do not have to coach like me. Not whatsoever. I do me because A, it helps me. B, because I am literally launching a business about being a life coach and coaching people on their mental health. I do that because that helps me and it helps them. Okay. So could I do that with Beachbody? I most certainly could, but I want to hit another level with people that may not ever get to that place or may not get to that place right away. I don't want to say ever, because I truly hope that people will eventually turn once you help somebody with their mental health and their emotional health. I really hope that they would want to take care of themselves physically. And I made a post about that today too, because I wanted people to know that I will never force them to be in my Beachbody group in order to be a client like that, but it will always be available. And if you don't like me as a coach, I have 100 coaches that I will happily match you up with. It's important for them to know that, because like Tennille and there's a couple other ladies. I mean, I've been with 3 different coaches. And Jenny was my 3rd coach. So you have to know what these people are like in order to do this with them. If you have a challenger, I'm serious. If you have a challenger and you know that you're not connecting with them, the best thing that you can do for them is get a hold of somebody else and be like, listen, I think that this girl may resonate with you. Message her for a little bit, see if she does any good. If they connect, give them to somebody on your team. We're all a team. I would happily, if somebody resonated with Ellen or Carrie or Steph or Bethany or whoever, I would most certainly give that person to them, because if it's going to help them and give them results, that person is never going to forget that. They're never going to forget that. And they're going to have had you as a coach and then had somebody else as a coach. So if they didn't like your attitude as being like straight to the point, they're going to be like, oh, you know what? my friend is really like that. I think she would actually go better with Alicia. I'm going to tell her about it. You know what I mean? She's going to get to experience the whole group. And then last, but certainly almost not least, I mean, definitely not least, because this was like my favorite freaking part. And I screenshotted that list like 6 times. Okay. That list. Oh my gosh. Okay. Control your numbers. This is what I have been needing to hear. Like, we've talked about it, Jenny and I, and Tennille. I think we've talked about it a couple of times, but I've never had it written down like that. I've tried several different formats for myself. I've not come up with anything that really lets me be driven like that daily. I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in love with that. Screenshot. But so good. Wake up at 5. Train your brain to remember your why and tell yourself that. Put your best foot forward every single day. Your best foot yesterday is going to be different than your best foot today. Put them both up. Do not bash yourself for going through a lot yesterday and not being able to put the same foot forward as you did 3 days ago today, because you went through a bunch of shit yesterday. Grace. You have to give yourself grace, but you can still put your best foot forward every time. Get up, work out, personal development. If you're an afternooner, I don't know what to tell you. I do afternoons when I'm lazy. I need to get better at it. I really need to work out in the morning. It is so much better for me. It's ridiculous. My anxiety has been through the roof for 2 weeks. You know why? Because I haven't been making the 6 o'clock workout, 6:30 workout. That's why. I swear it is screwing me up ridiculously. So affirmations daily goal, all your to-dos, check your boxes. Be willing to outwork anyone. You want it? Go get it. Do whatever you got to do to get it, right? This group will support you 100%. I hope to see. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. I'm sitting here thinking about like trying to calculate through my head. I want to see 20 people walk across the stage. Like, for real. These people don't know what the warrior women are, but damn it, they will. When 20 of us walk across the stage and they get to hear all of our names and all of us are shouting from the middle of nowhere up there at each other, and we're doing whatever we got to do to get them to recognize that we are all from the same damn group, then that's what we're going to have to do. These people, it's so important. Do the things people aren't willing to do.
And Alicia, where do you live at? Do you live in Upper? Do you?
Yeah.
Can you just let us know like when you're packing up? Because I can drive to Upper. I can drop my kids off at my mom's house, and I've got a sore arm today. Hopefully it'll be better tomorrow. I got the COVID shot. My arm is like useless. I can't pick it up hardly. But you tell us when you need to pack up and we can come. At least I can.
Trailers.
I very much appreciate this. I literally have gotten myself through this because I was like, my OCD will love me later when I know what is in every single box, and I get to take that box to the exact place that I want it to be in the new house.
Do you write
You
what's
just
inside
box it
the
up
box?
and write it on the outside.
Yeah, I've been doing that, and I was like,
That's amazing.
Like, going through my house and like, okay, so I took all of my Young Living stuff and I took it all and I put it in one box, like, and I'm really glad that my husband is not helping me, because like I literally, it would just be awful. Half the shit would be broken, all of it would be in one box, it would be awful. And I just keep telling myself like, this is literally how I'm getting through this. Like, I have until the middle of March to get everything moved. That's kind of like a soft goal that we gave each other. I got a truck just in time. I literally made 2 trips yesterday. I made a trip today. And I mean, I see a huge dent already. So I guess I feel like I really, truly appreciate that. That actually almost made me cry, because I I literally told somebody the other day, I was like, I bet you if I freaking posted that I was doing this, this freaking group would show up of people and they would come because I would do it. If I knew somebody was moving from Columbus, I'd be like, all right, who's coming with me? Let's go. Like, got a truck. We'll work together.
And I got a van. It holds a lot. I drop the kids off. I fold the seats down. I'm good to go.
I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. I may hold you to that at one point if we get into like a little bit of a time crunch, but right now
Absolutely. Just let me know.
I'm slow and steady in it and I love it. So not overwhelming myself, not overwhelming my anxiety. I'm just doing it when I want to do it and I'm getting it done. But that is all the more reason why I need to literally implement every single freaking thing that she said tonight, because I would be in such a better place mentally. I was literally explaining this to my counselor and I was like, my brain thinks about at least 100 things in no time. Okay. So I have this like over sensory thing, and a lot of people do. Like when you get too much from talking to somebody, you get too much from TV, whatever. I don't think we're gonna get TV out to the farm. There's TV there. But I told Cody, I was like, I'm okay with like getting a VCR and like literally watching VCR tapes from when we were a kid, because I literally feel like it screws me up so much. And even just the kids watching it, which is awful, but in our 2-bedroom house in town, you hear it everywhere. But I literally think that oversensory bothers me. And like, we don't have a TV up here in our room. There's a jack over there, and we have an extra TV that we are using currently. We have a 32-inch screen TV on our computer because we have an extra TV that we don't even know what to do with. So we're over there on the computer watching this 32-inch screen TV because I did not want a TV up here. Because I knew that A, that would make me be a lazy bum, and B, I really think that would actually make my depression worse. Yeah, it seriously is a game changer. I loved how she said tonight, like, I am literally plain Jane, crazy Walmart mom lady with kids running around. Like, I loved how she said that. And I need to bust out some more stuff, but so my phone keeps getting too much shit in it, and so I've keep like changing out my SD cards, right? So I need to take my SD cards and put them in my computer, and then like take everything and then make like before and after pictures. But if I could seriously put before and after pictures, even just my face is ridiculous. I mean, it is insane. Just going back through some of the stuff on Facebook was crazy. But I mean, if you get results for yourself, you will beam with that light. And when you beam with that light, granted, I'm talking from a person who hasn't hit Success Club, but like, I literally have talked to so many freaking people this month. They just haven't pulled the trigger. And I literally told Jenny this. I'm not stopping. I don't know. I may hit Success Club 20 next month. I don't know. Because all these people are hearing from me. And all of these people are so close. I literally had a list of 15 like a week ago of people that are like this close. I literally moved them from the like, okay, talking to them. Okay, I moved them to the next list that says like, okay, I gave them the information. So I like follow up with them, right? So I moved them over to that list. And when I follow up with them, I literally, it's like so close. You know what I mean? These people wanted the information. I already had told them what the price was, and they still wanted more information. Okay, they're still asking questions. That's when I moved them over to my list. And I literally, like I said, I literally chatted this. I wish I would have kept some of my notebooks. When I went through and purged a whole bunch of stuff, I literally got rid of so much crap. And if I didn't know what it was, or I didn't remember what this list was, granted, they're all women, you know, I figured they were probably Beachbody, but I didn't know if it was from that or if it was from how long ago when I was selling Premier jewelry, or, you know, I had no idea, literally, because I got in this really bad habit where I would like write on the same notebooks. Like I would buy like a pack of like 10 notebooks and I did this for years. And so I never knew what year they were from or anything. Now I buy like these cool ones from Walmart. And so I know that this one is my Beachbody one. And then I know that my other one is my Weaving Through Life one. And then I know, you know, that this one has planner stuff kind of in it. And so it goes with my planner. And then so I've kind of organized myself a little bit more, but I literally loved everything about everything that she said tonight. Literally everything. Can I talk, Jenny? We talked earlier about the people in town that were doing the other thing.
What was
Okay,
that?
so Jenny and I talked earlier. I'm just gonna talk about it.
Yeah,
I don't think you're gonna care. Jenny and I talked
remember.
earlier, and one of the things that we talked about was that there are some people that were on our that had either done Beachbody with us a little bit, or they had turned us down for Beachbody. Okay, she's been doing this for 5 years, and I'm going on 4. Yeah, I'm getting ready to move into my 4th year.
Yep.
And I just wanted to tell you ladies that this Optavia or whatever this is, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's called, but it's huge in Upper Sandusky. Huge. It's not a bad thing. Okay. Don't ever diss anybody for doing something to benefit themselves. Okay. I don't know if this is the case. I don't know anything about this diet. Okay. But the connections that I'm making between several of the people that I know that are losing weight on this is that they literally have tried several different things to lose weight and they couldn't. And they were like the several people that I know were like fairly heavy, like 350 plus pounds probably. Okay. So 300 to 350 plus pounds. And I just think this was one of those things where they needed to do this in order to give their body a jump start. Two of the people I know actually really did give Beachbody a try. And I know that they've given keto a try, and I know that they had given just low carb a try, and neither one of them two had ever had any results whatsoever. Like maybe lost a couple pounds, but nothing like crazy for them. And they tried this Optavia. Now, granted, from what I'm hearing, it's anywhere from $300 to $400 a month. Okay, because you have to buy all of the products to eat everything that they're doing. Okay, so I have a trouble getting people to buy in for $99. So I can only imagine how sustainable that really is going to be. Okay, so when those people can't afford to keep doing that and they feel better and they want to work out, that's when we come in and help them. Okay, let them know you're here, cheer them on, everything will be fine. If they can afford $400 a month, then by all means they're going to keep doing it. If they want to keep doing it, whatever, do not diss what they're doing, but also let them know that we are women supporting women, and we are not going. And I don't care if they were in the Snapchat group or a video group or whatever that they were doing and they were bashing Beachbody. I don't care. Our goal here is to be bigger women and let them know that we're here to support them. I don't care I have purposefully been to 2 or 3 different pages of people that I know have bashed Facebook, and I have literally commented on a photo of them where I thought that they lost weight because I thought that they lost weight, because I am not going to let them tell me how I'm going to act toward people. Okay, that's just not how I roll. Okay, so if I find them and I see them and I'm like, oh, I think they lost weight. Oh, well, she said something blah 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 like 3 years ago or even like 6 months ago about how people who do or who take care of themselves full time or whatever can't take care of their families. Well, maybe they do think that, or maybe they have a mental health issue that they've got to get together. They've got to get their own shit together. Okay, you telling them that you really think that they lost weight cannot ever hurt anything. Okay, if you really feel that way, or if you really feel like they're glowing in their picture, tell them. Okay, It's none of those things are hurting anything. They block you for that. By all means, that is a them problem, not a you problem. Okay. They're judging you, them problem. I literally have been going around saying this for like days. I'm like, oh, that just happened. Oh, that's not a me problem. That's a them problem. And then I go on about my day thinking about something else. Like, you have to think about things like that, or literally everything will eat you up inside. If it's a them problem, you can't do anything about it. You can be very nice to them and you can kill them with kindness. That's all you can do, because that you can control. You cannot control their them problem. You can only control your you problem. And once you look inside yourself and find the problems that you have, because none of us are perfect, and you help fix yourself with those things, great. That's the only thing that you can do. There's my mental health thing for the day. Because, I always talk about that.
I love that. I'm actually glad that you brought that up. We did talk about that today. I didn't realize it when you were talking about it. That's what you're going to talk about. But yeah, we were just talking about, like, you guys, like, we support people. Like, we're not, like, honestly, everybody needs health. How you get that is totally up to you. I'm like, yeah, like, I don't even ever, like, I don't hate people that go to the gym. I don't hate, now I may say I don't like the gym. I prefer to work out at home. That's me. But I have girls that take the workouts to the gym. I have girls that, do all kinds of stuff. So life is customizable, and everybody is always trying to put everybody in boxes. And I'm like, whoa, let's get rid of the boxes and just let everybody do what they want to do, because whatever works for me may not work for you, or maybe this part works for you, but this part doesn't. And so you got to figure out something. Maybe you don't like the shakes. Maybe the shakes, maybe your taste buds, you don't like them. So you got to find maybe a shake that works for you, but you love Beachbody On Demand. Or maybe you love the shakes, but you go to the gym. Like, I have so many people all across the board that just are on all playing fields. And so your object is to just get results and give results, however that is. Bottom line, get results and give results on their level, not what you think they need, what they actually truly need. So I'm glad you really loved that video as well, Alicia, and I hope you other girls enjoyed it as well. I thought it was just a really good video. I wanted to save it, watch the other videos first, because I just felt like this was a really good one that I thought we kind of need to see the other ones first before we really got into this one. This is recorded, so if you need to go back and re-listen to that, because she did talk a ton, maybe you didn't get a chance to do notes or something like that, you can go back and just watch that little 15-minute segment if you want to, or you can watch the full breakdown of us as well. But yeah, good stuff, ladies. What a great day. What a great week. Finalizing out this month, moving into March. Here's an opportunity for you to assess, like, okay, I got a few days left in the month. Can I put my stamp of approval on this month? Did I do everything I could do in these 4 weeks? And then I want you to sit down and I want you to assess what you plan to do in March. What's coming up? How much time do you have? What can I look at as barriers? What can I look at as wins? What are my goals for the month? What do I think I can achieve? What can I do? So assess where you're at now in the end of this month, and then let's wipe it clean, and we're going to start all over the next month. Okay. Ellen, you're going to be real sad March 1st when you go into your coach office and it goes back to 0. That's the worst feeling. I'm just kidding. It's cool, but it is, man. I remember.
I got some girls in the works for next month.
Yeah, there you go.
They're like holding off, and I'm like, that's okay. You can join at any time. And I'm like, I'm going to message you on March 1st. No.
Yeah. I remember the one time I hit Success Club 66. I'll probably talk about it for the rest of my life, or until I hit higher, I guess. But I remember that following month when I went back to 0, I was like, no, it looks so cool at 66.
How many people is that?
So it's like 33 challenge packs, ideally. It was so 80-day obsession came out. It was the second round of 80-day obsession. I did 80-day obsession, got the best results of my freaking life. And I had 33 people join the second challenge group. So the second time we did 80-day obsession, yeah, I signed up 33 challenge packs. It was insane.
That's what
And
I'm
honestly,
talking about.
that's where like
Goals.
I need that.
it was awesome. Like, but man, I'm gonna tell you what though, I did a 30 for 30, and I've not done that in a long time, but that's for 30 days. You send 30 invites a day. And I did that, and so I mean, you're what's 30 times 30? So that was like 900 people, about 1,000 people I talked to within a month, and did that for about 2 months. Actually, I think I ended up doing it because once I was already talking to that many people for the first 30 days, I'm still having those conversations for the following month, and I was doing that while I was doing 80-day obsession. So I started that at the same time I was doing 80-day obsession. So I'm messaging 30 people a day as I was doing 80-day obsession. So as I started getting these results and I'm talking to 30 people a day, then by the end of that month and by the end of like phase 1, I was like, holy crap, and I was getting amazing results. I was talking to all these people, and literally by the time I finished out 80-day obsession and that next round was, because I did 2 rounds, I had, and I think even people fell through the cracks, to be honest, at the time, because I was like, I almost couldn't even keep up with all the people I was signing up. I sold like 5 challenge packs in one day, one day. It was crazy. I got my biggest week check was $1,700. I got a week check of 17. I made like $3,500 that month, just like literally off of commission. I didn't have a team. I wasn't making like team bonuses, having a bunch of girls selling challenge packs, like kind of like we do now. It was like just me basically at that time. And I literally was busting ass. It was awesome. But finding a sustainable way, because it was hard, it was a lot of work. I mean, I missed dinners. I would just literally like sit and work and work and work and work. So, it was like the sacrifice that I had to make to get that. So it's interesting, but it's possible. We got to get back up there. I'd love to have another month like that. It's the best feeling in the world. It really is. It's cool. All right, ladies, it's almost 9:30. I am tired.
Now would be the time to do it,
Yeah.
Like going into spring.
Mm-hmm.
Because like now with people's taxes and stuff, this would be it. Yeah.
Dude, and that's when it was. So we did 80-day obsession right at the first of the year. It takes about 12 weeks or 13 weeks. So it was like April when I ran that second challenge. And so I was talking to people all through March and April, and I was already getting them purchasing. So that way when we started, everybody already had their stuff too. So yeah, that's what it was. It was like literally right around tax season. And I just moved to the Keys. Like I had just gotten done. Like I had Hurricane Harvey, all that stuff happened. We had just moved to the Keys. It was my first program back. Like it was a good time for me. It was a good time.
Like SC67.
That 66. That's what I was telling them about. Yeah. So, and I have hit in the high 20s as well. I think I've hit like 28 before, 24, 22. 20s are fun. We'll get there, ladies. We'll get there. I'll talk to you guys more about it. Maybe I'll tell the story. I haven't talked about it in a long time. We need to go back and like reminisce on some of this stuff. All right, ladies, I am tired from the day. So I love you guys so much. I hope you have a good evening, and we'll talk soon, okay? All right. Bye. Thanks, Alicia.